Right now, a 42-year-old in Melbourne is staring at their super balance on a Wednesday night, $98,000, and wondering if that's okay. And right now, a 42-year-old in Brisbane is staring at their super balance, $178,000, wondering exactly the same thing. Both of those situations are real. Both of those people feel behind. And today, we are going to break down exactly what those numbers actually mean, because one of them is a problem, and one of them doesn't, and without a benchmark, you genuinely cannot tell which is which. Today, I'm going to give you the exact super targets you should be hitting at 30, 40, 50, and 60, straight from the data. And if you don't know these numbers, you're essentially flying blind into the most expensive phase of your life. According to ASFA, the Association of Superannuation Funds of Australia, a single retiree needs $630,000 in super at age 67 to fund a comfortable retirement in 2026. That figure was revised upward in February of this year, and it's the highest it's ever been. According to ATO taxation statistics, the median Australian super balance across all working adults sits at roughly $80,000. The median, not the average, the median. Half of Australia has less than that right now. And according to APRA's most recent quarterly statistics, the average 60 to 64-year-old is retiring with roughly $400,000 to $450,000, still more than $180,000 short of the comfortable standard. These aren't estimates. This is what the data actually shows. Here's the thing nobody tells you when you start your first job and they hand you a super form. Nobody sits you down and says, in 40 years, you will need somewhere between $630,000 and $730,000 saved in this account. Or you will be living on the age pension, which as of June 2026 pays $29,000 a year for a single person. That's about $560 a week. Before anything goes wrong. Nobody explains the math. They just take 12% of your pay and park it somewhere, and you spend the next 2 decades not thinking about it. And then you turn 38, or 44, or 51, and you check your super for the first time in years. Maybe after your car needs $3,400 in repairs, and you're wondering what financial lever you can pull, and the number on the screen feels both big and impossibly small at the same time. You don't know if you're behind. You don't know if you're on track. You don't have a benchmark. Meanwhile, that same $3,400 sitting in your super right now, invested for 20 years at historical fund returns, will be worth roughly $13,000. Every delay has a price. You're not behind because you're bad with money. You're behind because nobody ever gave you the scoreboard. Section 1. The number that actually matters, and why it keeps moving. Now let's start with the retirement target, because if you don't understand the destination, the milestones along the way mean nothing. As of February 2026, ASFA sets the comfortable retirement standard at $630,000 for a single homeowner and $730,000 for a couple. Those figures are up from $595,000 and $690,000, a jump of $35,000 to $40,000 in roughly 12 months. What does $630,000 actually buy you? According to ASFA, it funds roughly $54,837 per year for a single person, covering private health insurance, a reasonable car, domestic travel, and dining out. Not extravagant, just comfortable. And here's the part most people completely overlook. The age pension supplements this, but it doesn't replace it. The full age pension for a single person is currently around $29,000 a year. Comfortable retirement costs $54,837. That $25,000 plus gap is what your super has to cover every year for potentially 20 or 25 years. That's the target. Now let's work backwards. Section 2. Your 30s. The decade that looks small but isn't. Here's where it gets interesting, because 30 is usually when people start vaguely caring about super, and by then, the compounding window is already starting to close. At age 30, the ASFA base target for a single person on track for a comfortable retirement is roughly $55,000 to $75,000 in super. The median 30-year-old Australian, according to ATO data, closer to $46,000. That's a gap, but it's recoverable. The difference between being $30,000 short at 30 versus $30,000 short at 50 is massive, because at 30, compound returns have 37 years to work on it. By 35, the targets shift up meaningfully. You're looking at $100,000 to $135,000 as your benchmark. The ATO median for 35 to 39-year-olds sits around $78,000 to $130,000 depending on gender. Women consistently running 25 to 30% below men at the same age due to career breaks, part-time work, and the pay gap. What this means for you, if you're in your 30s and your super is below those targets, you're not in crisis. But this is exactly the window where an extra $50 a week in salary sacrifice has a genuinely dramatic effect. Section 3. Your 40s. The reality check decade. Moving into your 40s. This is where the gap becomes visible and uncomfortable. At 40, the ASFA target is roughly $150,000 to $200,000. Using the Super Balance Detective tool, Motley Fool calculated the specific ASFA milestone at $178,000 for a single person tracking towards $630,000 at 67. The ATO median for 40 to 44-year-olds? Around $115,000. That's a $63,000 shortfall at the midpoint. Not catastrophic, but not nothing. By 45, the target climbs to around $230,000 to $320,000. The ATO median in that bracket is roughly $160,000. Now, here's something most 40-year-olds never think about. Your 40s are not too late, but they are the turning point. The math of compounding shifts in your 40s. At 30, every dollar you contribute has 37 years of growth ahead of it. At 45, that window is 22 years. Still powerful, but the leverage is noticeably lower. What this means for you, a 40-year-old who bumps their salary sacrifice by $500 a month could reasonably add over $250,000 to their retirement balance by 67, assuming average fund returns. The action is the same. The urgency is different. Section 4. Your 50s. The power decade nobody talks about. Here's the part most people completely overlook when they hear super and 50s in the same sentence. Your 50s are not too late. They are, in many ways, the most powerful decade for super accumulation, because this is when Australians typically earn their highest incomes, carry fewer dependents, and finally have cash flow to redirect. At 50, the ASFA target is $280,000 to $370,000. The ATO median for 50 to 54-year-olds sits at around $165,000 to $200,000 depending on gender. The gap is real, roughly $170,000 short at the median, but there are 17 years left on the clock. At 55, targets move to $360,000 to $470,000. The median at that age is roughly $200,000 to $275,000. Here's the kicker. The concessional contribution cap for 2025 to 26 is $30,000. That means a 52-year-old earning $100,000 can direct $18,000 in salary sacrifice per year, on top of the $12,000 their employer is already contributing, and pay 15% tax on it inside super instead of 32.5% or more outside it. What this means for you, if you're 50 and behind, the strategy isn't panic, it's redirection. The income is there. The tax incentive is there. The compounding time is shorter but still meaningful. Section 5. Your 60s. The sprint finish. At 60, the benchmark is $450,000 to $580,000. The specific ASFA Super Balance Detective figure for someone targeting $630,000 at 67 is around $496,500. APRA data shows the average 60 to 64-year-old has $400,000 to $450,000. That's closer to target than any earlier decade. And it's because the people who redirected cash flow in their 50s have now had 5 to 10 years of those contributions compounding. And for the first time, you can see the other side. At 60, you also gain access to transition to retirement strategies that let you draw down super as income while still contributing. A legal approach that can, in some cases, let you contribute more in pre-tax dollars while taking out post-tax dollars and improving your net cash position. But here's where it gets really interesting. The gap between the median 60-year-old and the comfortable target is closing, partly because the transfer balance cap rose to $2 million on the 1st of July, 2025. If you're in a position to move money into the pension phase, that's a $2 million tax-free environment. The rules are more generous than they've ever been for people who've accumulated well. What this means for you: if you're 60 and tracking toward $450,000, you're not done. 7 years of a 12% SG contribution on a $90,000 salary plus compound returns could still add $150,000 to $200,000. The finish line is in view. Now, here's a detail that could be worth $50,000 or more in tax savings, and most people overlook it completely. It's called the catch-up concessional contribution rule. And as of right now, June 2026, there is a hard deadline on a version of this you may never get back. Here's how it works. If your total super balance is below $500,000 as of the 30th of June of the previous financial year, you can carry forward any unused concessional contribution cap from the past 5 years and dump it all in this year. That means instead of being capped at $30,000 in 2025 to 26, you could potentially contribute $100,000 or more in a single year, all at the 15% concessional tax rate instead of your marginal rate. If you want a $95,000 salary with a 32.5% marginal rate, contributing $70,000 concessionally versus non-concessionally saves you roughly $12,250 in income tax in that single financial year. Here's the time-critical part. Unused concessional amounts from the 2020 to 21 financial year expire permanently on the 30th of June, 2026. Once they are gone, they are gone. You can log into MyGov right now. Go to ATO Services, click Super, then Information, then carry forward concessional contributions, and see exactly how much you have available before it expires. This is not obscure. This is ATO law. Most Australians with under $500,000 in super have no idea it exists. The Australians who retire with $630,000 in super aren't the ones who earn more, started earlier, or had rich parents. They're the ones who actually looked at the benchmarks and then made one or two specific decisions to redirect cash toward the most tax-effective long-term savings vehicle in the country. And the earlier you start, the less extreme the effort has to be. So wherever you sit on that spectrum today, whether you're 29 and just starting to pay attention, or 53 and finally taking this seriously, the question isn't, will I be okay? The question is, what specific move are you making in the next 30 days to close the gap between where you are and where the benchmarks say you need to be? Check your balance. Check your MyGov for unused carry-forward amounts. And start treating super like the investment account it actually is, not the mystery box it was designed to feel like. If this video gave you a clearer picture of where you actually stand at your age, hit subscribe and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.